We are live. Hey guys, I'm Wolfie, and today we are going to talk AFC, NFC champion predictions. And of course, just my opinion on the whole Robert Saleh situation that's happening right now. If you guys haven't kept up to date with that, just kind of keep you guys informed on that. And that's pretty much everything on this live today. We got Papa J in the house. What up, Wolfie and the Wolf Pack? How you doing, man? Welcome. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing phenomenal, man. Hope everyone else is doing great on this Friday afternoon. All right, and before we get to anything, of course, we have our sponsor, which is water. Water's good for you. Drink it every single day. It's the reason why I'm here, to be honest with you. Without it, I'd be dead. It's good for your skin. It's good for your organs. It's good for your bowels. It's good for your body. It's just good for you. H2O. It's the way to go. We want Saleh, sis one. I want Saleh too, man. We need him. Thanks, Val. Appreciate you liking this live. Appreciate you supporting. As always, you are an OG for sure. One in the house. Val in the house. Let's go ahead and get to it. Jump right into it. Robert Saleh, rumored to finally be the DC for the San Francisco 49ers due to the whole let's just kind of go through it real quick. First, he was supposed to get a second interview, which was supposed to be today. Then the GM for the Jacksonville Jaguars was Trent Baalke, a former 49ers GM who was trashed with us. He was also trashed with the Jaguars. He's responsible for Urban Meyer, etc. He has been released. And Liam Cohn, who interviewed with who's the offensive coordinator for the Bucs, interviewed with Trent Baalke, didn't go well. And Liam Cohn's like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm going to go back to the Bucs, and then decided to go back to the Bucs. And Trent Baalke ends up getting fired by Cohn, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now Cohen's like, oh, I guess I'll go back to the Buccaneers, do that second interview, does a second interview, and is now officially the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, which means that the interview that Robert Saleh had today is gone and done. Means he's technically still a free agent as a coach himself. He's going to, and so with that being said, the word is, it's not official. It is not official yet. But the word is that the 49ers are going to hire Robert Saleh as a defensive coordinator. That is just being said everywhere. Everyone's saying it's happening. It's going to be the truth because Robert Saleh made some promises. If he didn't get a head coaching job, he would come back to the San Francisco 49ers. It's a promise he made to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. And John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan were wise to wait for him. It was a gamble, and it looks like it's working out. Again, it's not official. But Robert Saleh is, from what I hear, it's practically a done deal that he's going to come to the San Francisco 49ers to be the DC for us. He's going to save us. And I'm super excited because when we had him as defensive coordinator, our defense was solid. Players loved him. Kyle Shanahan loved him. He was very successful for us. He's the reason why we were successful when the offense wasn't working out. The other bright side about Robert Saleh is, like, you know how sometimes you become a defensive coordinator and then you become a head coach, and can you keep up with the new offenses? Because nowadays there is a new offense which is dominated by Ben Johnson of the Bears. Robert Saleh is able to keep up with that. He's proven that he's able to actually be a very good defensive coordinator, evolve, and keep up with these kind of offenses. And he's done that even as a head coach with the Jets. Because before he got fired with the Jets, he was doing phenomenal. He was still stopping offenses. He was still keeping players under 20 points. Sorry, not players with teams under 20 points. So still doing his job. And now we're going to have him just solely focus on defensive coordinator. I am without a doubt excited. I'm sure the players are excited. But again, it's not official. It's not official. But it's practically a done deal from what I'm hearing. Now, some people were like, I don't want Robert Saleh because it's a lateral move, or like they were being cynical about it. Well, too bad it's happening because he was the best option out there. Some people were saying, why are we waiting for Robert Saleh? We should be doing this. We should be doing this. Well, sometimes when you gamble, man, sometimes when you wait and you're patient and you take your shot, it works out for you. And now all that shit talking you guys said about how, like, we shouldn't be waiting, it's all mute now. Because it looks like it's going to work out for the San Francisco 49ers, getting Robert Saleh back in the building. And another thing is, like, some people are like, well, he's just going to be gone in a year. Who cares? Because if he's gone in a year, you know what that means? That means he did his job as defensive coordinator. That means he was dominant. He did his job. That means whatever he did in that regular season up to the playoffs, potentially everything else, maybe in the Super Bowl, hopefully Super Bowl victory, he was phenomenal. And now he's open to another head coaching job. If he was bad at his job, guess what? You'll get what you want. He'll stick around. And I don't want that. I would much rather keep him around for a year or 2 years because I'm trying to win Super Bowls. I want to win Super Bowls. Right? You got older players right now that Robert Saleh is familiar with. So it's like, even if like he leaves or whatever, having a new defensive coordinator come in will most likely have a lot of say with these younger players that are coming in, have a better chance of actually melding themselves with these younger players that come in on defense. But Robert Saleh is the greatest option, the best option, and it worked out for Kyle Shanahan, and it worked out for John Lynch. So round of applause for them sticking to their guns and doing just absolutely phenomenal job this offseason so far. Like they cannot be critiqued. They're doing everything right. Everyone was panicking. Everyone was freaking out. And guess what? It worked out. It is working out for the San Francisco 49ers, and we have a very bright future. Because honestly, out of all the defensive coordinator candidates out there, out of all of them, Robert Saleh was the most favored by fans, was obviously favored by the 49ers, was favored by me, Poggy, and many others. And we got the best possible option. We're not going to satisfy everyone, and I know there's some people out there still down about the whole Robert Saleh thing, which I'm shocked by, but there are people out there. But guess what? We got the best possible option. And that's all you can ask for. So rejoice, 49ers fans. Put your hands in the air if you just don't care. Everything's going great for this team, especially the easy schedule coming up, man. I am pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. We're just a few pieces away from just reloading this entire team, man. We are just a few pieces away. Just one good, not great, not even elite offseason away, just a good offseason away from just being ready to get back into that Super Bowl position. I mean, I feel so rejuvenated. I feel so excited about this upcoming season. I can't wait for free agency. I can't wait for the drafts because we all know that Robert Saleh is respected by Kyle Shanahan. And when Robert Saleh tells Kyle Shanahan, hey, I want this player, Kyle Shanahan's actually going to listen to him, right? And that is a big deal, especially people who think that Kyle Shanahan has such a big ego, he's not going to listen to anybody. He will listen to Robert Saleh. He respects Robert Saleh. So super happy about it, super excited. That is the news with Robert Saleh. It's not official yet, but apparently it's practically a done deal. So I could be eating my words later. Like this could totally shoot back in my face, and this could just be one terrible video, right? But as of right now, it's pretty much from what I hear and based on what everyone's saying, it is 99% done. So especially with the Raiders job being filled in already with Pete Carroll being hired for the Raiders. So the only job that's left open right now are the Saints and Raiders. But Saints and Cowboys, the two jobs left remaining to be filled. And I don't see him go to the Cowboys. I think it's Brian Schneider or not Brian Schneider. It's a different, I can't say his name. It's like super long, but I hear he's going to be the head coach of that team. So the only open job right now would be the Saints. And that would be kind of disappointing if they just swooped in and took him. But I mean, the Saints are in like cap hell. They're in a terrible situation. If I was Robert Saleh, I don't know this sounds selfish, sounds a little bit biased, but if I was Robert Saleh, I'd come back 1 year to San Francisco 49ers and wait for another job to open up because that Saints one, yeah, it's not desirable. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's take a look at the comments we got in here. Then we'll jump into the AFC and NFC predictions. We want Saleh. What up? Hey, we're showing some love. That's what I like to see. Come on, Niners. This could be our chance. This could be our chance, man. Good evening, Wolfie, Papa J, and everyone on the YouTube channel. Hope everyone has a great Friday. It is great Friday. Got to get some fries, guys. Got to get some fries on Friday. Typically in recent years when the Bucs fail, the Niners succeed. That's funny. Hello, Niners for life in my house. Michael in the house. Yep. Michael knows. Niners for life in the house. Val being sure to put that out there. I better see that higher notification by Sunday at the latest. There's no obstacles this time. Just bring him back, please. Save us. I agree. 100%. This offseason has been great. Mooka said Staley is likely to leave. Silver said Sorensen won't stay, and now we might get Saleh back, and Slowick is available. It's really everything's just got to fall into place, Juan. Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of people did not like Sorensen. Sorensen's not coming back. Staley, I'm pretty sure, stayed behind because he thought he was going to get the job. And it turns out Robert Saleh is going to end up coming back. So if I'm sure it makes sense if Robert Saleh comes back, Staley ends up leaving. So this is like the greatest offseason for 49ers fans. Okay, even the most cynical 49ers fans, you got to be rejoicing. You got to be happy right now. You got to be feeling yourself. There's no way you like literally everything you could possibly want as a 49ers fan has happened this offseason. You got Robert Saleh. Sorensen is leaving. Staley, I hear, is leaving. You fired Brian Schneider, and you obviously, with that caveat, with that being said of Sorensen leaving, you fired Sorensen as defensive coordinator. You're doing everything right now. So, honestly, props to Kyle Shanahan. Props to John Lynch doing their work. Xavier, we're about to be the new Tyreek Hill this game. We shall see. I don't think he's going to be the new Tyreek Hill. I think it's a little too soon, even though he's had some pretty good catches, I think, in the playoffs. I think it was a good back shoulder one he had that I thought was pretty good. But I wouldn't say he's as fast as Tyreek Hill. He doesn't look as fast as Tyreek Hill or as ball carrier vision is not as good as Tyreek Hill, but he's definitely got the speed and he does got some hands. So Xavier's worthy, has a bright future with the Chiefs for sure. I'll give you that. Eating some pho. Good show. Now that free agency might come, let's get the Falcons center, Drew Dahlman. I still haven't done enough research on. I don't know enough about the offensive line yet. I have done tackle research so far on free agencies so far, and there's not many that were ranked pretty high based on PFF. This is just tackles, by the way. The best one, I actually have the list right here. Free agents I've gotten to so far, I have not gotten to that center yet. Ronnie Staley was ranked the 39th tackle in the league. I think he might. He just might need a new scenery because I think he was actually a really good tackle in the past. He's just had a really down year this year. But I think Ronnie Staley would be a nice pickup. And obviously, if he wasn't very good last year, he's not going to ask for a lot of money. I think Ronnie Staley would end up being better than McKivitz in the end. Even though he plays left tackle, I think he's going to play right tackle. Also, the Commanders have Cornelius Lucas, who's 27th in the league as a right tackle. I do like him as well, though he will be 34 if we do pick him up. Then there's Mekhi Becton, who's been playing guard, and he's actually a lot better at guard. And PFF has him ranked as the 21st guard in the NFL today, and he's only 26. So if the Eagles don't retain him, that is a good possible guard option, even though I don't know if he actually exactly fits the scheme. But I was really just going based on who's been a starter this year that's going to be a free agent, and Micah Becton's up there. The best tackle that's going to be available in free agency so far that I found, again, I haven't gone through all of them yet, is Alaric Jackson from the Rams. They have the 18th ranked tackle at 27 years old, Alaric Jackson. If we can get him, I'd be satisfied with that too as well. Obviously, that's better than McKivitz. I think he would be better than McKivitz. He's younger than McKivitz. We would be familiar with his game. So I'll be fine with that. So far, Alaric Jackson at tackle is probably the best option according to what I've researched so far. All right. Center Drew Dahlman. I'll check out centers. I haven't gone that far yet, but we'll see. I'll take any lineman we can get. Let's draft a tackle instead. The free agent tackles are a bit washed, yeah. There's only one good tackle so far that's not washed, which is Alaric Jackson at 27 years old. If we don't draft a tackle, I'm going to go on a constant riot. 110%. I don't know if you guys watched my video or not on the draft prospects, but I'm not too high on Calvin Banks. I will in the video I said this, I'm not on high of him. I don't think he's that good. I like Josh Simmons a lot better. I know he got injured, but I just based on talent. But Calvin Banks, if we drafted him, I won't be upset. I'm not going to throw a fit or whatever. It's a tackle. Right? And the 49ers believe in him, and they drafted him. So that will satisfy me in that aspect. They went after a need, and they felt like that need was addressed by Kelvin Banks, and they think he could do it. That's fine by me. But as a from my personal point of view and how I've watched him play and what I think of him, I don't think he's that great. But, again, it addresses a need, and that's all that really matters. I won't be too upset. What we really desperately want is a center. I could tell One's like, I want a fucking center. I want a center too. The two biggest needs right now are definitely tackle and center and edge. That's 3 needs there, but the biggest needs are tackle, center, and edge. 110%. Those are the 3 biggest needs. You could argue center over right tackle just because McKivitz has been playing a little better next to Pooney, but he's still not that good and he's not that great. But center has been such a liability with Brendel there. And Brendel's old as fuck, right? He's washed. He's got to go. So center, you could argue center is probably more important. So center's up there and edge are pretty important at that point. But honestly, yeah, McKivitz is not mid. I'm shocked that you think McKivitz mid. I don't think he's mid. I think he's bad. If he was mid, I'd be satisfied. If he was mid, I'd be fucking happy with that. I'd be super happy with that. But he's not. He's bad. He's terrible at his job. Looks like Mike McGlinchey out there. I'm not going to lie to you. But center is important. You're not wrong, Ryan. You're not wrong at all. He's super important. Stats-wise, he's mid. Nah, dog. Watch him play. I don't care what PFF says. I've seen with my own eyes. I've seen him play, dude. We're gonna disagree 110% on this. You're never going to change my mind. That dude's fucking ass, and he's got to go. I want the Niners to take a center in the 3rd or 4th round because they won't get any good ones ranked highly. I do agree with that. I think the 49ers are a pretty good job at Pooney being a good evidence of that. But, like, you usually draft a center or a guard in the 2nd to 3rd to 4th round. You never draft a center or a guard in the 1st round, right? So I do agree. I do think that we need to draft a center or even pick up a center. I'm fine with that. But I don't think it's a priority in the 1st round at all, right? I would not take a center or guard or left tackle you move to guard in the 1st round, right? I would not do that. You could find those in the 2nd and 3rd or 4th round. So could the Saul screw us and join the Raiders for the defensive coordinator job? I don't know what you're hearing that from. That'd be wild. But no, I absolutely do not. That does not cross my mind for half a second. That's the first time I ever heard that. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the next thing, the AFC and NFC championship game, and make our predictions and just go through those. Where did that come from? I don't know. I think some people are just cynical, man. They're just, they got to think of the negative. They feel like they get pretty, too much of a good thing can be too much of a good thing. So you got to like prepare yourself mentally. Some people do this. Some people will have to think of the negatives to prepare themselves mentally for if it were to happen. They think of the negative. It happens. I do it too. We all do it, right? But sometimes we cave and like, oh my God, what if he goes to Pete Carroll and he's defensive coordinator for the Raiders? What the fuck? So I just think that some people just, have that thought process in them sometimes. I also really want D tackle because our run defense is 29th. That's atrocious. I agree, but I don't think D tackle's that big of a need. Yeah, I do think D tackle's a position of need, but I think you can get a free agent D tackle that fills in that need and not cost you a shit ton of money. I feel like in the draft, you can get a D tackle that's a run stopper in the 3rd or 4th round because you just need a run stopper. You don't need a pass rusher. We have plenty of pass rushing D tackles. We just need run stopping D tackles. That's what we need. And you can find those in the 3rd and 4th round. You can find those in free agency that are relatively cheap. So, yeah, but I do think it's a need to find a run stopping D tackle. All right. So, for real this time, though, let's go ahead and jump in the AFC NFC championship game. Let's get into that. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Commanders. 12 p.m. on Sunday, Pacific time. The over-under for this game is -6, right? And then the +6 of Commanders. So the Philadelphia Eagles are favored by 6 points. Oh, my God, hold on. Eat Papa J. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on, man. You're joining the cynical road now. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. You're changing on me, Papa. You're changing on me. All right, -6. I feel like you've been hurt by Kyle Shanahan way too much where you're just like, you're going down that road, my man. You're going down that road. All right. Philly is favored by 6 points. I think that's crazy. I think the Philadelphia Eagles being favored by 6 points is absolutely wild. this team is still good. The Commanders are still good. Like, they've shown some fight. They've honestly had the best offense, I think, in the entire playoffs so far that I can think of. The Philadelphia Eagles have had a little bit of a breakdown a little bit. They're not doing too well in offense, in my opinion, and they relied a lot on that Saquon Barkley situation. I get it that the Commanders' run defense is not very good, but they also thought that against the who did they just recently play? The Lions had an excellent run game with Jahmyr Gibbs, and guess what? They shut that down. So maybe this team is a playoff team. Maybe this playoff team has a lot ahead of themselves. Maybe they could actually prove themselves that, hey, in the playoffs, we're a different beast. Because sometimes teams do that. Sometimes, like the Giants, for example, and it was a while back, the Giants were a terrible team in the regular season. But in the playoffs, man, they figured it out, and they got all into the Super Bowl and won it against the Patriots, who had the best offense in the league, right? The Giants were nowhere near some stuff like that. They had a great defense, but it wasn't that great. So I do think that this game is going to be a lot closer than 6 points. I will definitely say that the score at the end of this game will probably be really had to think about it. I do think points are going to be scored. I'll say 24-31 Commanders. I know I just said that this point's like 6 points a little bit favored, but I just think the offense for the Commanders are on fire. I believe in the Commanders. I really do. I may be drinking the Kool-Aid here a little bit. I may be falling into the whole Kool-Aid situation and just being like, all right, Commanders doing really well. And this could just be what I want to happen. But I just believe in them. I believe in Jaden Daniels. I believe in this offense. Dan Quinn has been before. He's been to a Super Bowl before. You got a rookie who's playing on fire. The only thing I feel like that would stop this team is if Jaden Daniels tears his PCL like Brock Purdy did, right? This is almost bar for bar what happened to the Eagles last time. Well, Eagles faced the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. What knocked him out of that game was Brock Purdy injuring himself, which caused the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. Same thing here. You got a rookie quarterback playing phenomenal up to the playoffs into the NFC Championship game. This time, most likely, Jaden Daniels is not going to get that injury. It's the only thing I feel like would stop Jaden Daniels. I don't know, man. Again, I could just be drinking the Kool-Aid here. I could just be doing it, but they're not afraid. Jaden Daniels is accurate as shit. This team is really good. And I just believe in the Commanders. And I know that Michael and his daughter, Nikita, are big Eagles fans. His daughter's Eagles fans. And they're representing. I know a lot of the Wolfpack here are representing the Eagles. I get that. But, like, I just believe in the Commanders. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I just believe in them. And I think they're going to get the W. And I think it's going to be at the end of the game. It's going to be, like, relatively tied. It's going to be close. And then Jaden Daniels is going to do something crazy in the fourth quarter and gets a touchdown. Because this year, Jaden Daniels has been clutch in the fourth quarter. And I think they're going to get it done and score a touchdown at the end, make it 31-24. So it's going to be, like, relatively close. And then they're going to seal the deal with, like, 2 minutes left, right? Maybe, like, under 2 minutes, maybe a 2-minute drill kind of situation. And they get the touchdown. That's what I feel like it's going to come down to. Because that Eagles defense is phenomenal. Vic Fangio is drawing it up really well. But I know that Jalen Hurts is hurt right now. They got that really leaning on Saquon Barkley. Hurts has not been that great in the playoffs so far. And I just think that they're going to force the Eagles offense to have to keep up with the Commanders. Because even though how great the defense for the Eagles is, I still believe in the Commanders to score points. So I got the Commanders win this game 31-24. And outside of that, my must win for this game is Hurts. Hurts needs to win this game. I understand that he is hurt, right? But if he loses this game, there'll be a huge knock on him already. A lot of people are already talking shit about him now. A lot of people are already doubting him now. But if he were to lose this game, it would just reinforce that 110%. I almost put Jaden Daniels just because of the record that's on the line. No rookie quarterback's ever been to the Super Bowl. But I kind of thought what would hurt more if they were to lose. And if Hurts loses this game, it would hurt his legacy. This would truly hurt his legacy because he has not been playing good in this playoffs. And they're going to need him to show up in this game against a defense who's actually not that great. It's been relatively good for the most part in the playoffs, but you need to be a top quarterback. That's what they're paying you for. You have a lot riding on this, and the Hurts needs to win this game. So I got Hurts being the must win. I think the Commanders win this game with a last 2-minute drill touchdown because just of Jaden Daniels' clutchness. I got 31-24. All right. I agree with him, Wolfie. He said true that to Saleh not being hired just yet. Not about to go to the Raiders, but nothing is sure until it's set in stone. Just saying. I'm still going to Eagles. Saquon will be the sole reason why. Saquon's playing phenomenal. He's playing excellent. He's playing excellent football right now. And him taking that rest and not getting off the record is working out for him. I almost would say Saquon Barkley is the guy that kind of, is a must win for him. Like, really, I actually kind of see that. But I feel like he's kind of past that now. He's won 2 playoff games already. He's kind of slid his foul. He worked really hard in the first game. Second game, played really phenomenal. If he were to lose this game, I don't think anyone would be like, well, he should have gone for the record. No, I think that's just gone now. I think that's been erased, and it's just come down to Hurts at this point. Getting ready for Rombo Sports tonight. People said the Chiefs win Sunday and the Super Bowl. They need to do a protest about the cheating refs. That Texans game was absolutely wild, Michael. 110%. That. A lot of people are trying to justify the Chiefs. Like, we haven't had this many penalties. The Chiefs have been getting crucial penalties at crucial moments that alter the game. And not only that, is penalties are fucking ridiculous. They're not just penalties called, the amount. It's just how the penalties unfold. They're absolutely terrible and they're atrocious. It drives me nuts. I just don't think the Commanders D can keep up with Saquon. We'll see, man. I mean, Saquon on the field should keep the offense off the field for a while if you're running the ball like that, killing some clock. And I just think that Jaden Daniels with the passing game compared to a running game, I'm going to believe in the passing game more than a running game situation. But I totally understand what you're saying, man. It's definitely not. What I'm trying to say is it's -6 points. The Eagles are favored by 6 points. I think that's just too much. It's not. You're saying it's not a close game at that point, right? Like, -6 points is a lot when it comes to betting. When it comes to betting, that's a lot of points. And so, like, if you wanted to say that Eagles, I totally understand because technically the Commanders are underdogs. What they're doing is unprecedented. Never seen it before. It's absolutely wild. But I think I'm just drinking the Kool-Aid here, and I believe in the Commanders. I could be completely wrong here. If the Eagles would win, would you pick them to win in the Super Bowl? I would, just because only if the Chiefs go. If the Chiefs don't go and it's the Bills go, I'm picking the Bills. The only way I'll pick for the Eagles from here on out is if the Chiefs go. I got a feeling that Washington's going to win. Hey, Baba J! The good thing is that the referee in the Bills versus Chiefs game has made some big anti-Chief rulings. I'm amazed the refs didn't throw the flag when Mahomes flopped out of bounds. I was too. I was like, it happened like in slow motion. I was like, I have the Chiefs to win it all in my bracket. Nikita has the Eagles in her on 10%. You got to go with your team. I told you, I get that. I do have the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I said that from the start, right? They just have everything going for themselves. And then you count on the refs that you've been seeing as of late. It's got to be the Chiefs, man. And that is not something I want to happen. It's just what I think is going to happen, which is different. So, right. So so with that being said, we're moving on to the next game, Bills versus Chiefs. I already gave it away with what I just said. I got the Chiefs winning this game against the Bills. They have everything going their way right now between lucky plays, between the ref situation, their defense being phenomenal, one of the greatest quarterbacks and head coach tandems you've ever seen. Everything is going right for the Chiefs right now, and it's continued throughout the playoffs. I know the Bills are playing phenomenal, and Josh Allen's playing phenomenal, and he's playing safe ball right now. That's really what the Bills are doing. I don't think they're doing anything too risky right now. And I just think the Chiefs, when it comes down to it, if they had to make a risky play or go for it on a big play, they're going to get it because that magic is just there. So I got the Chiefs winning this game. They are favored by 2 points, so it's supposed to be relatively close. I will take those points because for the most part, a lot of these games have been close. Those 2 points is pretty tight. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think both these ones are. I'm going to say it's going to be a 23-21 game. I got the Chiefs winning this game 23-21. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 2 points. I agree with the closeness of those points. The over-under for the Bills versus Chiefs is 48.5 points. So obviously I got the under saying 23-21 just because the Chiefs defense is phenomenal and the Bills offense is phenomenal, but they kind of counteract each other. So they're going to score like 20 points. So I'll say 21. And as for the Chiefs, man, like I said, it's just the magic, right? It's just everything going right for them right now. And it's hard to go against that. It's hard to push back on that. And I like if the Chiefs didn't have the luck this year, if they didn't have what I saw between the refs with the Texans game, I'd probably be picking the Bills right now. But I just feel like I would be ignoring what I believe is going to happen. I feel like I'm ignoring the obvious too. It just looks like another Chiefs victory against the Bills. Obviously, I have the under. I think it's going to be 23-21. I do think it's going to be close. Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is the must-win of this game. Josh Allen must win this game because not only if he loses this game, it's just going to be another thing where people are going to look at him, just like with Brock Purdy losing to him in the Super Bowl, Tua losing to him, Lamar losing to him, Joe Burrow losing to him. Beat him once, yeah, sure, but it's just kind of like it's just a defining moment. It becomes a defining moment for the Chiefs where they're just a dominant team. They're the dynasty, and nothing can stop them. Not even Josh Allen, not even the greatest of Josh Allen. If Josh Allen wins this game, he will be the hero in all of America. All of America will be celebrating. All of America will be loving on Josh Allen, calling him MVP. He's the stud. He's the new guy. Because at the time when Joe Burrow beat the Chiefs, man, it was Joe Burrow this, Joe Burrow that, Joe Burrow that. Whoever takes down the empire, whoever becomes Luke Skywalker and takes down Palpatine, I understand Vader did that, but takes down Palpatine, all right, they're going to be rewarded with praise. And if they lose, they're going to be like, well, Josh Allen's good, man, but he just can't get over that hump. He just can't do it. Just can't do it. So my must win for this game is Josh Allen. Just so much riding on him and so much riding on if he were to win or lose the spectrum of how, the reward he gets if he wins and the criticism he gets if he loses. It's just there and it's obvious to me. It's Josh Allen. Josh Allen has to win this game, right? Because if Josh Allen doesn't win this game, it's not a rivalry. As we say, like if you can't, it's not a rivalry if you're not winning at least one of these games, right? And I know he beat him early on in the regular season, but it's supposed to be a rivalry in the playoffs. And if Josh Allen loses, it's not one of those. It's just not. So Philly versus Commanders, like I said, I got a 31-24 game, just a 2-minute touchdown by Jaden Daniels. I think they end up going to the Super Bowl. Hurts is the must-win player of this game. It is a -6 for Philly, and I do think that is covered by the Commanders here, and I'm going to take the over of 47.5 points for them. Bills versus Chiefs, it's -2, which is going to be 23-21. And I got the Chiefs winning that game 23-21. Obviously, I got the under with that, with those numbers of 48.5. And my must win is Josh Allen, just because what it means if he were to win or lose. So those are my predictions of the AFC and NFC championship coming this Sunday, which I will be live for both games. Also, we will be doing a Poggy show, a Wolfie and Poggy show the Sunday morning. Hopefully Robert Saleh signed. Hopefully there's some news there. We'll talk about other things. We'll get his predictions of the AFC and NFC championship game. So be there, guys. It's been a while since we've done a Wolfie and Poggy show. So I'm sure he's looking forward to seeing you guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there as well. Let's get some of these comments. I have the Chiefs losing in the Super Bowl. Man, I hope that happens, dude. I hope that happens. Hit that like button. Let's go. Let's go. I hope the Bills beat them before that, though, and I think they definitely can. I think the Bills can do it. It's just the magic of the Chiefs right now. Everything's going their way, even outside of refs, just plays in general. The Chiefs are just the 2022 Vikings with the benefit of the doubt. Almost all their wins are one-score games. Vikings didn't. I disagree with that comparison, but if that does happen, that means the Vikings end up losing, which I'm fine with. I'll take it. What's the spread this week? It is 47.5 for the Philly versus Commanders, 6 points. Philly's favored by 6 points in this game. I don't know the point spread. I don't really the plus whatever. I don't have that written down with me. Good news. Mahomes is only 6-5 in games being refed by the ref. That's upcoming game, baby. Let's go. Still winning record. But yes, I like those. I like those odds. I like those odds. And he penalized the home team heavily. Let's go, baby. Juan, shoot me some good news, man. Juan, shoot me some good news. If Josh Allen beats Kansas City, then the Bills would become the new America's team. They should. They should. They should in general. Like I understand that the Cowboys got that just because the Steelers didn't want it. And so they claimed the tag America's team just because the Steelers didn't want it. They want to be known as the Steel Curtain, whatever. But I just feel like America's team needs to like be a title passed down by the people. And everyone has the Bills really kind of just being that team, to be honest with you. So if you were John Lynch, would you pursue Cooper Rush for QB2? I do like Cooper Rush. I actually do think he's a good backup. And he is a backup. There would be some times where some people were like, hey, put in Cooper Rush. Whenever Brock Purdy plays bad, you're going to deal with that. But I don't think you would get that as much compared to if Zach Wilson would be there, Mac Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins. You wouldn't get it as much. I'd be open to it. I would like it. I would be against it. But I know for a fact there will be people out there who will be like, put in Cooper Rush. He's won games for the Dallas Cowboys. Do it. But compared to like those other quarterbacks I mentioned, I'd take it. I do think he can win games, right? We can rely on him. I don't think he can win us playoff games. I don't think he can get us a winning record for the most part. But I do like Cooper Rush as a QB2 for sure. I would definitely take that. All right, guys, that is absolutely everything. We talked about everything. We went through everything. We got done talking about Robert Saleh and what's going on with him. Still no news about that. Hopefully it's confirmed soon. I just want that to be over with and done. But from what I hear, it's practically a done deal. Fingers crossed that it happens. Fingers fucking crossed because our prayers are answered. The future of the 49ers are fantastic, especially the schedule we got coming our way. There's so much to praise. Give props to Kyle. Give props to John Lynch. They deserve it. If they can close this deal of Robert Saleh, and I would look extremely foolish if it turns out that Robert Saleh does go somewhere else, like the Raiders' defensive coordinator job, which would be fucked up because he promised Kyle Shanahan that he would take the job if he couldn't find a head coaching job. So it's kind of like Robert Saleh lied to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. So it's not really their fault in that aspect. But if that happens, that would be absolutely wild to me. Because the only opening job right now that I feel like could be potentially even a job at all would be the Saints job. And I don't know why you would want the Saints job at that point. I really honestly don't. And so there's the AFC and NFC championship predictions. Then we also got the with the spread and everything, our must wins in there. Thank you guys so much for being part of this live. I appreciate you, Michael. Appreciate you, Juan. Appreciate you, Papa J. Appreciate you, Niners for life. Appreciate you. There's somebody else up in here too. Val, of course, City Boys, even though we don't agree, I still appreciate you joining this live, supporting this channel. I think you're awesome. Young Native, good luck to your Chiefs team, man. I wish you nothing but the best. Even though I don't want your team to win the Super Bowl, I still respect people who come in here, say what's up. I still appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for being part of this live. You guys are awesome. You guys make this live, these conversations, what it is. Like I always say, this entire channel has been nothing but a gift from God. It's been nothing but a blessing, and I couldn't be more thankful, and it's because of you guys for supporting this channel. Thank you guys so much, and be sure to check us out, Wolfie and Poggy show on Sunday in the morning, of course, before the NFC and AFC and NFC championship game, which I will be live for both those games as well to see who goes to the Super Bowl, and those have been an absolute blast. I've been loving doing watching games with you guys, so I hope we can continue to do that and hopefully celebrate a Chiefs loss. Hopefully we can celebrate on Sunday. All right, guys, much love. Be sure to sub if you haven't subbed already. Like the live if you haven't liked the live already either, because it helps me out a lot, puts this out there, and we can make the conversation just a lot longer, a lot bigger, a lot more ideas here and there. I appreciate you guys so much. From the bottom of my 49ers heart, because every single like makes my 49ers heart go from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you Sunday. Bang, bang, not a gang. Bang, bang, not a gang. Bang, bang, not a gang.